the oddities of what lives in the deep, dark depths of the ocean sometimes end up on the surface unexpectedly. Get ready to see some of the most interesting cases of mermaid sightings that prove their existence. Surrounded by the Indian Ocean, Sri Lanka's entire coastline touches the ocean, and in 2015, a remarkable incident reportedly occurred. A mermaid washed ashore on one of its beaches. Witnesses described the creature's distinct aquatic features, such as a scaled tail. This rare event drew a small crowd, who observed the creature closely as it lay motionless on the sand. As people gathered, the being regained consciousness, moved fluidly, and disappeared into the water within moments. Its sudden awakening and swift escape left those present both surprised and unsettled. Sri Lanka's proximity to deep ocean trenches raises the possibility of undiscovered marine life. However, despite the many accounts of the sighting, no scientific documentation followed. Sunbathing oddity. In 2004, a couple in Venice captured footage of what appeared to be a mermaid sunbathing on a concrete block. Unlike the tales of curious sea creatures peering from afar, this being displayed a different behavior, calmly sitting out of the water, flapping its fin and seemingly enjoying the sun. Venice, a city teeming with human activity, provided an unusual backdrop for such a sighting, challenging the theory that these beings avoid populated areas. The footage stands out for its clarity, showing detailed movements, and the behavior aligns with some marine animals known to bask to regulate their body temperature. Whether the being was resting, seeking warmth, or drying off, its actions mirrored those of intelligent aquatic life. Life lost to the sea.
Oh my god. What is that? Hey guys.
Stories suggest mermaids' deaths are tied to emotional loss or heartbreak, and in 2009, a man's walk to Shoal Bay Beach turned into an encounter with a dead mermaid that washed ashore. The creature appeared lifeless with no visible injuries, leaving the man to wonder about the cause of its death. Mermaids have long been associated with sorrow and unrequited love, and the isolated beauty of Shoal Bay Beach seemed to align with these ancient stories. Despite images circulating, no official confirmation came from authorities or marine scientists, leaving the discovery in ambiguity. One theory is that the mermaid's transformation from a living being to a more mystical form could explain its death and spectral appearance.
Oh my god. What is that? Hey guys.
Mermaid washed ashore. Hurricanes can cause drastic changes in sea temperature, and this sudden fluctuation can stress marine life, even creatures like mermaids. In 2012, Hurricane Sandy brought a mermaid out of the water. The body was found decomposed on the beach. This was an unusual state for sea life washed ashore, indicating it had been in the water for some time or affected by extreme weather. The mermaid's sudden appearance after the storm, along with its decomposed condition, suggested it had been displaced by the hurricane's powerful surge. The creature might have been in an unhealthy state due to shifts in water temperature and oxygen levels, which pushed it to the surface and left it stranded on the shore. Beneath the surface. Another mermaid was spotted at Moraine Lake in 2002 when a couple on a vacation trip captured footage of a remarkable encounter. The lake, accessible only from late May to mid-October due to heavy snow, offers a serene and isolated habitat, making it an ideal location for such a sighting. In the footage, the mermaid is seen swimming calmly towards the shore before diving gracefully back into the water. The high-altitude forested surroundings of Moraine Lake naturally limit human interference, creating a peaceful environment. With indigenous legends in the area describing water spirits, some link these tales to creatures like mermaids. Echoes of ancient myths. Legends claim that mermaids may die when they cannot return to the depths, and this sighting at Kalisa Beach in 2015 could be linked to that very myth. The body was decomposing, but its human-like appearance was unmistakable. Despite its decaying state, many believed it was a mermaid, aligning with legends that these creatures die when they can't return. The body seemed to have been in the water for some time, with smooth skin and a distinct tail. Some suggest the creature might have been stranded after an event like an undersea earthquake or strong currents. This sighting closely mirrors ancient myths of mermaids unable to return to the depths, reinforcing the possibility that these beings could indeed be real. Hybrid sighting in park. In 2008, while people were enjoying Universal Orlando's Jurassic Park land, a merman unexpectedly appeared in the tank, which was supposed to house only dolphins and whales. The sudden appearance of the creature caught visitors off guard, causing panic. Witnesses described the merman as having characteristics that resembled an alien rather than a traditional mermaid. Its unusual appearance led to the theory that it might have been part of a secret experiment conducted by a hidden facility within the park. This suggests that this was an unintended release from a secret research project. Its presence left people wondering if it was a genetically modified hybrid, combining human and marine animal DNA possibly created by a hidden lab.
Get away from the windows!
Mermaid Encounter covered up. While no government has confirmed mermaid existence, conspiracy theorists claim that discoveries may be kept secret, as recorded in this footage from Lake Superior. In 2012, a paramedic team reportedly responded to an operation where they found an unconscious mermaid in Lake Superior. The creature was carried on a stretcher, but the reasons for its unconscious state remain unclear. Witnesses claim that officials quickly locked down the area, preventing public access, while some managed to secretly record footage of the mermaid. Despite the footage, there has been no official confirmation from authorities or scientists about the sighting. Lake Superior's deep, isolated waters have long been a location for strange occurrences, and it could be home to elusive creatures like mermaids. Bluestone's Mermaid Mystery. The Bluestone National Park Resort is known for its scenic beauty, but it also has a rich history of myths and legends, including stories of mermaids. In 2019, footage captured a humanoid-looking creature surfacing from the water, much like traditional depictions of mermaids. Tourists who witnessed the event describe it as part human, part fish. The creature appeared briefly at the water's surface before diving back into the depths, leaving witnesses wondering if it could be a rare and elusive species. The creature could be a seasonal visitor, only appearing during certain times of the year due to migratory patterns or environmental factors. The creature could be part of a rare and elusive group, only seen during specific circumstances. Pale-skinned sighting. In 2018, a family was on a cruise trip near the island of the South Pacific Ocean when they recorded a pale-skinned mermaid's brief moment. It appeared to swim gracefully close to the water's surface just ahead of their cruise ship. The mermaid was visible for only a few seconds, just enough for the family to capture footage. Its pale skin and graceful swimming left no time for the family to fully process what they were seeing. The footage clearly showed the creature resembling the traditional mermaid depictions. This calm behavior hints that the creature may be used to human presence. The mermaid could be a species that has been living in isolation for centuries, revealing itself only on rare occasions. Unidentified beach creature. Despite numerous mermaid myths and folklore, no verifiable evidence had emerged until a shocking sighting in Thailand in 2023. Recorded at Kata Beach during the night, locals gathered to witness this unusual creature washed ashore. The creature's appearance baffled those present, with its body showing few markings that could link it to any known marine species. Despite the attention of onlookers and local authorities, no clear identification was made. The community was divided, with some believing it to be a real mermaid, while others thought it could be a rare, undocumented marine animal. This sighting may be tied to local cultural beliefs, possibly marking an event related to the creature's life cycle, like giving birth, which tragically led to its demise. Mystery on the Rocks. In 2017, a drone camera captured a mysterious figure sitting on a rock at Flamenco Beach. Its detailed features stood out in the footage. Calm and stationary on the rock, it appeared to notice the drone. This behavior echoes tales of mermaids as cautious observers of humans. Puerto Rico's rich marine folklore, with its enduring stories of sea creatures, lends cultural significance to this sighting. The creature's distinct anatomy, including its defined fin and human-like traits, challenges conventional understanding of marine biology. Whether resting after foraging or reacting to human activity, its presence offers an opportunity to rethink our knowledge of ocean life. Unveiling the unseen. The Bay of Bengal has long been associated with maritime legends, including tales of mermaids, and in 2005, these tales seem to become reality. Footage shows a team from the Marine Conservation Institute pulling what appears to be a mermaid-like creature from the water. The creature, seemingly unconscious, had a distinctly human-like upper body and a lower half resembling a fish's tail. The team quickly covered the being, and their movements indicated they were unaware of being recorded. The Bay of Bengal, a vast and largely unmonitored region, offers an ideal environment for elusive marine creatures to thrive away from human observation. The unconscious state of the creature might have been due to environmental stress or something unknown. Kentucky's unexplained sighting. Cumberland Waterfall in Kentucky is a beautiful place, and in 2019 it became the site of an unusual sighting, a white, pale-skinned mermaid moving with the water's flow. Tourists captured footage of what appeared to be a small mermaid lying on the water as it gracefully swam downstream. The sighting has led many to wonder whether it could be evidence of a mermaid species, perfectly adapted to freshwater environments like rivers and waterfalls. What stood out was the way the creature moved, following the water's natural current but occasionally displaying deliberate movements, unlike anything typically seen in local wildlife or debris. Despite the crowds in the area, the creature remained undisturbed, gliding effortlessly before vanishing downstream. The silent presence. The Grand Banks of Newfoundland are one of the world's richest fishing grounds in Canada. In 2018, one evening, it became the sighting of a white, pale-skinned mermaid that swam close to the water's surface. The man who recorded this encounter mentioned that the creature moved silently beneath the surface before briefly emerging from the water and diving back in. Unlike any typical sea animal, this being approached the surface near the boat, as if it were unbothered by the presence of humans. The deliberate dive back into the water after its brief appearance highlighted a sense of controlled movement and purpose. Enigma of the Fiji Find.
Woolly bits, right? Put together.
The Peabody Museum has a rich history full of mysterious artifacts, and one of its most exhibits is the Fiji Mermaid. First introduced to the public in the 19th century, it was reportedly purchased by a man from a sailor who claimed to have discovered it near Fiji. The artifact was described as a half-human, half-fish creature, a notion that captivated many at the time. The Fiji Mermaid is a grotesque remains, combining the torso of a monkey and the tail of a fish. Its appearance was eerily lifelike, yet it defied classification as either fully human or aquatic. Initially, the Fiji Mermaid started widespread discussions among scientists and audiences alike.
Woolly bits, right? Put together.
Mysteries of Akaba's Coast.
Oh, there, I got it.
The Gulf of Aqaba near the city of Eilat in Israel, a renowned diving and tourist destination, was the setting for an extraordinary event, a mermaid. In 2006, tourists reported seeing a figure perched on a rock above the water. This occurred in the Red Sea, a region historically tied to tales of mythical sea creatures. Witnesses described the figure as calmly sitting and observing the surroundings, aligning with age-old depictions of mermaids being curious, yet cautious. When the creature noticed it was being observed, it dove into the water and disappeared, leaving the scene as quickly as it appeared. The Red Sea's unique marine biodiversity and untouched areas provide a possible backdrop for such a sighting.
Oh, there, I got it.
Spotted by researchers. In 2015, the Australian Institute of Marine Science was on a research route at the North Sea when they witnessed a strange mermaid-like creature swimming just ahead of their ship. The creature was spotted in the North Sea, a location not commonly associated with mermaid stories. Its movements were fluid, and unlike anything the crew had previously observed in marine life, this sighting took place during a scientific mission, which makes it harder to dismiss as folklore. No marine species matched the creature's appearance, further strengthening its unusual nature. The researchers managed to document the encounter, capturing footage of the creature. It's possible the creature was drawn to the ship's sonar or other equipment used during the marine research. Glimpse beneath the surface. Vakra Beach is a quiet gem by the Aegean Sea, surrounded by rocky cliffs and lush greenery. In 2013, a photographer using a drone captured what appeared to be a mermaid swimming in its crystal clear waters. The footage showed a figure with a bluefin and a humanoid upper body gliding just below the surface. The beach's isolation and pure environment make it a reasonable habitat for a creature that avoids human activity. The captured movements appeared natural and fluid, mimicking the behavior of a mythical creature rather than something artificial or staged. Mystery of Forest Swimmer. In 2015, a tourist was visiting Redwood National Park when he captured footage of a young girl swimming in the lake, following the water's current. Given the isolated location of the forest, the tourist was convinced that the swimmer was no ordinary person. It had to be a mermaid. The footage only shows the creature's head emerging from the water, with no other identifiable features. Redwood National Park's remote location makes it unlikely for a regular swimmer to be present, making the sighting even more mysterious. The creature's movements, swimming with the current, mirror descriptions of mermaids from various cultures. If this was indeed a mermaid, it could have been following instincts, navigating the water as mermaids are often described. Ancient mermaid skeleton. Siargao Island in the Philippines is a tropical paradise, and over the years it has also been the subject of mermaid sightings. In 2007, a mermaid skeleton was reportedly discovered on its beach. Buried beneath the sand in a remote area far from tourist spots, the skeleton featured a backbone that extended into a long, fin-like structure, unlike any known marine creature. Despite exposure to the elements, they were unusually well preserved, a rarity on a beach where saltwater and shifting sands typically accelerate decomposition. Experts believe the skeleton may have been buried in low oxygen conditions, which could have slowed its decay. The skeleton could date back centuries, preserved in the unique conditions of the ocean floor. Human or myth? Although there is no widely recognized museum with a scientifically authenticated mermaid skeleton, the National Maritime Museum in London features what it claims to be mermaid remains. These exhibits, showcased since the mid-20th century, are part of the museum's mythical creature collection. The remains depict a humanoid figure with a torso and head that transitions into a fin-like structure via an elongated spine. Acquired without proper documentation, the origin of these remains is unknown, further clouding their authenticity. While displayed as a mermaid, tests on similar exhibits have revealed a mix of human and marine animal bones fused. Though this exhibit has not been conclusively debunked, it might be from an era when mermaid sightings were commonly reported. Hidden of Lake Victoria. Lake Victoria in Africa became the focus of an extraordinary event in 2014 when a local discovered what appeared to be the remains of a baby mermaid washed ashore. The small humanoid skeleton had fins and traces of hair, features unlike any known aquatic creature. This unique find quickly drew attention to Lake Victoria's biodiversity and deep cultural myths. Experts noted the skeletal remains decomposed in a way that highlighted its distinct structure. Some believe the creature may have been a victim of predation, its body carried to the surface by natural currents. While its exact identity remains unclear, this sighting prompts us to consider how little we know about the depths and the creatures that may inhabit them. Coral Sea Merman. While mermaids are often the focus of stories in many mythologies, there are also male mermaids referred to as mermen, and in 1998, footage from Coral Sea's island appeared to capture one. The merman, described as a stronger and more rugged counterpart to traditional mermaids, reportedly emerged from the water, seemingly observing the gathered people. Witnesses recalled a wave of panic sweeping through the crowd, as the sight of the being felt both unexpected and unsettling. Historically, mermen have been linked to ominous events, often seen as harbingers fears of danger or natural calamities. This modern account, paired with such associations, draws attention to the possibility of extraordinary marine life that defies current understanding. Gulf sighting explained. Many legends depict mermaids as guardians of specific waters or as seeking peace after chaos, and this mermaid's behavior in the footage aligns with those descriptions. Recorded from behind in 2004 in the Gulf of Mexico, the mermaid appeared to be lying on a stone, calmly moving its fin near the water, seemingly unaware of being recorded. Its relaxed position and deliberate fin movements point to a level of intelligence and grace beyond the ordinary. Choosing a stone in an active gulf as a resting spot highlights a potential connection to specific environmental factors or areas of tranquility. This unusual sighting raises important considerations about mythical life and its interaction with both nature and humanity. Abyssal underwater encounter. The Tasman Sea's deep underwater trenches remain largely unexplored, and some believe these depths could be home to ancient species like mermaids. In 2014, fishermen reported encountering an undead mermaid floating in the air. Its decayed yet animated face gave it a haunting resemblance to a living corpse. It wasn't swimming or submerged, but hovering, defying natural behavior. The being's proximity to the boat hinted at an unusual connection, as if it was guarding or claiming them. Strangely, it appeared indifferent to the fishermen, showing no fear or aggression, further setting it apart from any known aquatic species. This encounter was a rare glimpse of an undiscovered entity or a phenomenon yet to be understood. Red-haired sea spirit. Many islands in the South China Sea are tied to legends of deities and sea spirits, and in 2016, fishermen reported an extraordinary encounter with a giant mermaid. Footage captured the moment they reeled in a creature with long red tresses flowing down its back. Its sheer size was unlike anything known in marine biology, far surpassing human dimensions while resembling a mythological figure. The striking red hair stood out, a feature rarely associated with traditional aquatic legends. What made this encounter even more remarkable was the creature's apparent interaction with the fishermen, moving in sync with their activity, as though aware of their presence. Its massive form could indicate an adaptation to the extreme pressures of the ocean's depths. Fisherman's mystical catch. Mermaids are believed to possess dual faces, one beautiful and the other haunting or fish-like, and this footage from the Caspian Sea captures the fish-like haunted face. In 2013, fishermen reported catching a fish with a face that resembled a human, leading them to believe it might be a mermaid that had transformed into a more eerie fish-like form. It could also be a sign that the creature is becoming more visible as it responds to changes in the sea. With years of experience, the fishermen had never seen anything like this before. This strange form could be the result of mystical adaptations, allowing the creature to live in both human and aquatic life. Red Sea Encounter. In 1996, the Institute of Marine Research made a mysterious discovery of a mermaid while studying sustainable fisheries and the marine ecosystem in the Red Sea. During their research, they hauled in the mermaid, unconscious on their deck. The creature was unresponsive to human interaction, leaving the team baffled. The mermaid's presence was never widely reported, and the research team kept it under wraps, leaving many to question its authenticity. Some believe the mermaid's appearance could mark the return of a long-hidden species or an ancient being. The circumstances surrounding the creature's unconscious state remain unclear, with some believing supernatural forces may have played a role unrelated to natural marine biology. Preserving a mermaid myth. Okayama has a small temple that appears to house an artifact believed to be the remains of a mermaid. Despite its age, the relic retains striking details, aligning closely with descriptions of the Ningyo, a mermaid-like creature from Japanese mythology. The artifact, thought to be centuries old, has drawn the attention of researchers at Kurashiki University. Using advanced imaging technology, they created a 3D model of the artifact, revealing a lifelike depiction of a Ningyo. This discovery highlights the complex craftsmanship or possible biological origin of the relic and growing interest in its historical and cultural significance. Whether a creation of ancient artisans or a preserved marine specimen, the artifact has a connection with modern audiences with the myths and beliefs of Japan's past. Fish-human hybrid observation. In 2016, a group of fishermen in the South China Sea captured footage of a marine creature that closely resembled a mermaid. The creature had a fish-like body, but a distinctly human-like face, creating an unusual sighting in a region known for its marine biodiversity. The creature's appearance doesn't match any known species, challenging conventional marine biology. The fishermen observed it interacting with the boat crew, suggesting the creature wasn't aggressive but snooping. Given the rich fishing activity in the South China Sea, the creature may be a unique species with the ability to shift between fish-like and human-like forms, possibly for better adaptation to its environment. Mystical lake secrets.
Es la primera vez que se graba el monstruo del lago.
The native Mapuche people believed the waters of Ranco Lake were inhabited by mystical beings, including mermaids. In 2016, tourists visiting the lake captured footage of something unusual. They didn't see the creature itself, but recorded strange water currents moving calmly just below the surface. These ripples were different from typical fish movements, leading them to believe it was a mermaid. The creature's lack of visibility, coupled with the tranquil water movements, raised the belief that it was purposely staying hidden. Many locals and visitors continue to believe that beneath Ranco Lake lies a hidden world, potentially home to mermaids or other mystical beings waiting to be discovered.
Es la primera vez que se graba el monstruo del lago.
Freshwater phenomenon. The Wolf River offers diverse fishing opportunities for beginners and seasoned anglers alike. In 2014, a family experienced something unexpected while fishing, a mermaid. They didn't notice it at the time, but video footage later revealed what appeared to be a mermaid briefly surfacing before diving back. The figure's form was human-like above the waist, with movements that seemed deliberate yet graceful, merging naturally with the aquatic environment. This unusual event took place in a secluded area of the river where human activity is sparse. This footage provides a glimpse into what could be an unknown species, possibly a mermaid adapted to freshwater environments. Such encounters may reflect natural migration patterns that bring these elusive creatures closer to human activity. Sudden, unexplainable appearance. In 2023, a couple was taking pictures at Golden Horn Beach when the camera accidentally recorded a mysterious humanoid breaching out of the water before diving back in. The figure displayed distinct humanoid features, setting it apart from any known marine life. It could have been a mermaid or merman that surfaces from the ocean's depths on rare occasions. The creature appeared only briefly, diving back into the water without leaving any trace behind. Its short and sudden appearance leads many to believe it may have supernatural abilities that allow it to reveal itself for just a moment. Despite the footage, no further evidence surfaced, leaving the identity of the creature a lingering mystery. Paranormal shift at Argonaute. Legends say a girl with a paranormal connection to mermaids can transform into one when she enters the water, and in 2022, such a transformation was captured on CCTV in Argonaute. The footage shows a girl entering a 15-meter deep pool, where her body seemingly changes into a mermaid form, complete with a fish-like tail and scaled skin. No clear explanation has been provided, and despite scrutiny, experts cannot confirm any use of special effects or technology. The transformation only occurred in water, which hints at a possible connection to ancient underwater beings. This could be the result of a rare and unexplained supernatural occurrence tied to water or mermaid myths, and the girl might be answering a mythical call of the sea. Legend comes to life. Myths surrounding mermaids often echo the mysterious appeal of the Coral Sea, and in 2004, a family recorded a mermaid breaching out of the water before diving in. The being surfaced twice before disappearing, mimicking behaviors described in folklore, where mermaids are said to appear briefly before retreating into the depths. The family initially did not realize the significance of the footage, only discovering its importance later. The creature's human-like upper body and distinct tail align with the traditional image of mermaids, blurring the lines between myth and reality. Its brief appearance and sudden disappearance add to the idea that mermaids are elusive beings, rarely seen by humans. Ocean's hidden secrets. In 2022, a young boy from Florida stumbled upon the skeletal remains of a small mermaid under a rock at Miami Beach. The remains appeared to be that of a newborn, hinting that mermaids may reproduce like mammals, with newborns being small in size at birth. The boy briefly held the remains before setting them free back into the water, emphasizing the creature's deep connection to the ocean. Despite the unusual nature of the discovery, no official investigation followed. If the remains are indeed that of a real mermaid, it could point to the existence of hidden underwater ecosystems where such creatures reside, reinforcing the idea that mermaids might be real beings quietly living beneath the surface. Boat trip gone wrong. Back in 2009, a group of friends on a boat trip along the canals of Puerto Rico River experienced something that would haunt them forever: a mermaid. One girl recorded a humanoid figure launch itself toward their boat at incredible speed, only to vanish into the water moments later. The creature left no physical trace, no splashes, footprints, or disturbances in the water, amplifying the eerie atmosphere. All the friends aboard the boat confirmed seeing the figure, each describing it as mermaid-like. With no trace of its existence left behind, some believe the creature might possess supernatural abilities, including the power to disappear and manipulate perception. It could be warning people about something deeper in the water. Mermaids' aggressive behavior. The Caribbean Sea has been the location of strange underwater sounds that have baffled scientists, and in 2005, some fishermen at the seacoast captured a mermaid. The creature in the video displayed aggressive behavior, tearing through the fish net with its claws before extending its hand out of the net. After this, they dropped the net back into the water. The mermaid's strength and aggression were unlike anything typically seen in sea creatures, inspiring further interest in its behavior. It's possible the creature was migrating, following food sources or environmental changes. The claws and quick action suggest the mermaid is highly adapted to its aquatic environment, possibly defending its territory or protecting offspring. Open discussion. In 2019, a crew member sailing through the Black Sea reported hearing strange, high-pitched shouting sounds during the night, which they believed came from mermaids. On the same night, the ship's deck camera captured footage of a mermaid near the water's surface. The being remained close to the surface, observing the camera while staying in the water. The quality of the footage raised questions about its authenticity, as it clearly showed features that resembled the mythical mermaid. A few days later, mermaid remains were discovered on the shores of Turkey. This discovery, just days after the crew's encounter, strongly supports the idea that mermaids could be real, adding weight to the notion that these creatures may not only exist, but also interact with humans. What are your thoughts on this? Let us know in the comment section below. Thank you very much for watching the video. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to not miss any of the upcoming amazing videos. Thank you once again,